Today it's Rhode Island, the Glocester Ghoul. Put them on the board, okay? Creepy American Cryptids Part 5, the Glocester Ghoul of Rhode Island. This is a tale of pirates, buried treasures, and a fire-breathing dragon. This one is about to get weird. Even though several states have reptilian-type cryptids, only Rhode Island has a dragon-type cryptid. Its characteristics include a body covered in scales, the ability to breathe fire, and bat-like wings coming out of its back. It stalks the woods near a small town in northern Rhode Island known as Glocester. The first reported sighting of the creature occurred in 1896 by a local resident of Gloucester named Neil Hopkins. Mr. Hopkins claimed he witnessed the creature one night while walking home from work. An article published in several newspapers during that time quoted Hopkins as saying, "It seemed to be all afire. It had a hot breath." He goes on to explain that the beast didn't seem to be strong in the wind, for it chased me for a short distance and then plunged off into the woods. There was a metallic sound, like the clanking of steel against steel. I could hear the dead branches and twigs crackling under the heavy tramp. It was as big as an elephant and had no tail. Hopkins was only able to see a short glimpse of the supernatural creature as it chased him before it quickly returned back to the woods. The monster is believed by many to be the same creature witnessed by Albert Hicks and several other local men in 1839. Hicks and his crew believed that the long-lost treasure of Captain Kidd was buried in a farm near the woods. As the men began to dig, they were disturbed from their work by a sudden, unexpected appearance of a monster. Hicks gave a description of the event as follows. It was a large animal with large staring eyes that looked like balls of fire. When it breathed as it went by, flames came out of its mouth and nostrils, scorching the brush in its path. It was as big as a cow, with dark wings on each side, like a bat's wings. It had spiral horns like a ram, as big around as a stovepipe. Its feet were like a duck's feet and measured 1.5 feet across. The body was covered with scales as big as clamshells, which made a rattling noise as the beast moved along. The scales flopped up and down. It had lights on its sides like those shining through a lantern. Before I saw it, I felt its presence, and I smelled something that was like burnt wool as it went by. I had a feeling of suffocation when it came near me. The monster seems to come from nowhere and to go away in the same manner. Many believe that the Glocester Ghoul is the guardian of Captain Kidd's treasure that may have occurred because of a deal Captain Kidd made with the devil himself to send a demonic monster to guard his treasure until his return to claim it. Further research uncovers a strange turn of events that Albert Hicks, who was digging for the treasure, was himself a pirate. In fact, Hicks was also one of the last pirates to be executed in the United States for piracy. Hicks was executed in 1860 in New York for killing 3 men sailing in a boat and stealing their valuables after murdering them. In a confession dictated prior to his execution, Hicks admitted to having killed potentially hundreds of people during his time as a pirate. It is believed by many that the creature still stalks the forests not far from the Providence Turnpike, where it was spotted by Hopkins, and near where it was witnessed by Hicks. Although sightings of this cryptid are sporadic, another characteristic added to its legend is its ability to shoot fireballs from its eyes. Does the Glocester Ghoul continue to haunt the woods of northwestern Rhode Island? Is the demonic creature in service of the devil himself and long-dead pirates still guarding Captain Kidd's treasure? Pirate Hicks believed that the creature aided the devil in possessing him. So if you find yourself traveling on the darkest part of the Providence Turnpike, and you hear a sound coming from deep within the woods, moving rapidly closer, flee as quickly as you can. If you do not, a supernatural creature, seemingly from hell itself, may come charging from the darkness to pursue you. It is the Glocester Ghoul on its way to capture you and claim your soul for his demonic master. See you next time, folks.